Welcome to Tangling Along with me. We are continuing on tanglepatterns.com, and today we are going to start on a new page, which is also the last of the black pages, and then we will be going into the gray pages after this one. On this page I am going to use my jelly rolls, the 08 and the 05 in white, and only those to draw with, and then my white charcoal. And you should know, or I will let you know, that if you are working on a white paper, you just use a micron fine liner in black or any other color instead of these. It will work just the same, just the opposite way around, but the drawing will be made exactly like I'm doing it here. I am going to start with a little dot in each of my corners, and then I'm going to make my border lines by connecting my dots together, and I'm using my white charcoal here to make this borderline so that I can see what I am doing here. I want a few spaces where I can have some ribbons if I need space for a ribbon. I often do need spaces for ribbons on these pages, so I'm going to make a few spaces here, and I'm gonna pop in and divide that ribbon with a line, and I'm gonna do a few lines here and there just to divide these rooms here. I think I'm gonna make one going like this, and then I want one going from that under here and up, and I could do something like that here under there and down. So I have a few rooms now for different tangles. Again, you can make these strings just like you want to. There's no specific way to do these. You can do them just like you want to. So the first pattern here, I'm going to make, no, that's the wrong one. I'm going to use my 08 jelly roll white. It is this pattern that we're going to work with. So I'm gonna uncap my jelly roll, and I'm gonna find a space for this one. This is a standalone pattern, and in the step out she actually put it together here and there with some stuff, and it's pretty neat, but I personally think it is a difficult pattern. I actually think I'm gonna take this room up here because that fits the pattern actually really well. So I'm going to first of all make sure that my jelly roll is working. I'm gonna start with 2 dots like that, and then a few dots like that, and then we're going to start with a teardrop shape where the bottom is that dot here, and I'm going under my line here, because if I have a ribbon I would like that line to be open. Let's see if I can have it here, because I'm afraid it will not be able to. I actually managed to get it there. And then from this point here, we are going to make kind of a downward or upside down V shape like that, and around the middle of this one we're going to make another V shape like this, and from that we're going to close up that space. Then I'm gonna go in here and make a line down the middle of each of these teardrops, And here you can continue this line up and this line up until they meet. And from that point and down, we have a line. The last part here is actually not part of the step out, though she is doing it in many of the ones she have. You can also just do some lines this way instead and then that way. But go and look at the step out and see what you can do. This part here is colored in, so I'm just gonna do that. Again, if you are on white paper, you're just coloring and drawing with the black, and then everything will work perfect for you anyway. So don't worry. And it will be just as pretty on white paper or any other color paper as this is. Here she is actually coloring in one of the sides here. I was thinking about maybe putting in some lines, but let me see. She colored in this one totally black, but I think I'm going to make an aura of this pattern here first on the inside, and then I'm gonna go in and color in this inside aura. And I'm just taking my time and enjoying each of my strokes. And then I'm gonna cap this one, and I want to make the rest with my 05. I like that little thin line that this one gives. So down here I'm gonna make a few lines from the center and out to the outside here. And I'm actually gonna do the same up here, so I'm gonna start and do it in an angle, almost like if it was a little leaf. And I'm gonna do it on the other side as well. There we go. And I was thinking of doing it down here as well, because that will match that top leaf or teardrop shape we have up there. There we go. So that is the first pattern. Let's see, it's supposed to go this way around. Cap that one. Find my white charcoal to make some shading, and on this one I'm just gonna pop in a little tiny bit of my charcoal here underneath that white part, using my Tortillion for the white charcoal with this one. And there I have the first pattern on my page, and I actually think it turned out really, really good. And I'm gonna take my little eraser here, and I'm just gonna erase that top borderline, because that kind of annoys me here together with this pattern. There we go. So there we go. That was the pattern for today. I think you should look at the step out. Maybe you can do something really awesome with it. For now, I just want to show you the pattern like I always do. And I actually think the pattern is pretty neat. So that was it for today. It was this pattern right here. I hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you for watching, and have an attitude of gratitude.